I want to do my best to try and show you guys, I guess, what a day looks like at the moment while we're trying to do our Supercross preseason. This week's been a little bit of a roller coaster where I feel like I'm riding pretty good, especially through the motos and things. Like, we put some good volume in with Daniel and the boys. However, I had a big crash on Tuesday. There was like, the rhythm went sort of down a hill. It had two littles over a big, so you had to three in from the turn, off the little and downside the big. But because it went down a hill and I did come up a little bit short, I had a massive one through the rhythm and hit my gut so hard I vomited, and it was all sorts of awesome. So no major injuries or anything, just pretty wounded, pretty beat up. Rode the rest of that day, and then yesterday we went out to Xander's, and Xander, being Xander, he does an awesome job prepping a track, but holy smokes, the kid made his whoops. He said, oh, they're not big enough. He made them even bigger again, and they were like, you get to the seventh one and it's like a wall. So I got through them a few times. Look, I'm not great. I'm still learning, and that's probably my biggest weakness at the moment is I suck at committing into whoops. But yeah, I got through them a couple of times, and then later in the day, as I started cupping out a little bit, they just got harder and harder for myself to get through, and ended up I missed one, pulled the Jet Lawrence from Paris where he missed one and then smacked the front and mounted his chest on the bars. I kind of did that. The bike pretty well just stalled and I just fell over sideways, so not a big crash, but it was a pretty big hit to the bars. Then I also, in our moto, managed to ride the front wheel across sort of three whoops, and by the time the bike eventually went over, I was almost walking. So again, not a high speed one, but still, the ground's not soft. I'm getting old, and I'm pretty beat today. So it's a pretty full on program, but it's literally living the dream. This is what Joel and I would always talk. We wanted to pretty well be on a program and be doing something like this. So I'm pretty stoked where we're at. Looking forward to the rest of the day, and I'm rambling. So let's go ride some freaking motorbikes. What's the program today, boss?
We're going to do sprints today.
Sprints.
So 1 minute, 58.9, 57.7.
Okay.
So that was the one lap.
Cool. I didn't think I did anything any better. I actually messed the whoops up, to be honest.
Yeah, right.
I'm getting across them so bad. The fourth one has a big edge, and I'm just coming in like, the way in that we've been riding, it lines up with the edge. Or if you go to either side, there's like low spots now.
Yep.
So you just got to be real precise, but I'm not good enough to consistently hit the fourth one in the right spot yet.
Right.
That's why I keep going a bit sideways. It catches that edge.
I missed it. You get 3 here?
Nah.
On off. Okay.
I'm just like pumping that too really quick. I don't.
Because everything's between 58, 59, and then that's a 558. So you've dropped a second. You're going inside here, inside there, which is good. Nothing really seemed that much better to be a second faster. So that's where I'm.
Turn before the loops, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. Backsided everything nice, maybe. Yep. Cool.
One lap.
Well, it's positive. 57.7. So what's
But let's just start with super basic. There's 2 lines here. Which line works better and why?
I'd guess the outside, maybe because you can come in and like kind of curve it off a bit, maybe.
Okay, why can you curve it off? Why can you lean in more?
Because it's got more of a bank.
Way more support, 100%. The problem with it though, the support ends quite early. If we look back at it, there's a big chunk and then it sort of blows out to flat. Okay? So what in that situation, if we then compare it to the inside route, the inside could still work just because it is such a shorter distance through the track. There is enough of an edge there where you guys can still tip in. To be honest, both, like I said, both could work. We are, however, going to switch up and try and now work on the outside one, just because it's gonna allow you guys to work on actually setting up and being in the correct position to come in. What I want you guys to be mindful of now though, there is a big chunk of support. When we get here, if we look, there's still a little bit of an edge there. You can see where the rut has formed when we were riding it last. All right, make sure you guys put your tyre in the lowest point. So from here, bang, I'm super set up, I'm rolling to the turn. All right, placing my tyres at bottom edge. As we see, the big powder bank starts to blow out wide, doesn't it? There's no support in this. This is what we call a powder bank, okay? So if I were to hit this, boom, I'm going through it. All right, there's a little edge we see your sisters parked in do. All right, it's not much, but there's enough there that if we get our tyres on the inside edge, it's pretty solid. Okay? Yeah. This comes back to a bit of a tyre placement thing for you guys now. 5 or so runs just to run that line in. I want everyone working on the same thing, and then we're going to talk about our setup. We've got a couple of braking bumps coming in. I want to get you guys using our feet a lot better. Yeah?
I also like the outside because when I did the inside, I came straight down it and kind of had to pivot. So the second time you have to go like really wide and cut it off.
Yeah. This will be good for your habit actually. Big powder bank like that. We'll see if he starts smacking into the thing with the clutch or not. All right, be really mindful, hey. The difference now, we're turning right compared to left. What does that change with our controls, guys? Just thinking with you guys now, what do you guys think it changes?
You have to put your brake foot up.
Yeah, so you don't have that safety there. Your brake isn't covered anymore. All right, so this is a perfect turn of practice because we have to get our braking on early, we set up, and then we transition to the seat with all of our momentum. Right, 5 or so runs, run the main line in, everyone following this bottom edge, okay? And then we'll start to talk about where we move and what we do.
Alright, hands are tucked under sacrum, bend up just above the knees, no clunking in the anterior hip or the low back. Ten each side, 2 to 3 sets. My 50-year-old ladies can do this.
I'm getting clunks again.
Make sure you're coordinating your breath. Breathe out, push down. Don't take the leg as low. Really slow and controlled is the aim of this game. No farting. All right. So you got the band around your foot. You're pulling your foot in towards the other leg and then slowly letting it come back out. And then pulling in, slowly letting it relax out. To internal. Good. Into external. Internal.